Howdy guys, it's a Friday night here, and I just felt like doing a tier list on the Halo characters. I had been thinking about doing this for a couple days. This is my live reaction. I didn't premeditate any thoughts, so let's look at this list and let's just get right into it. I'm kind of disappointed. I don't think I see Chips Dubois up here at all, because if he were here, he'd be S tier. You know, that Australian ODST guy? He'd easily be S tier, but we just have to put up with what we've got. So let's see, let's get started here. Sarah Palmer's an F tier because she never knows when to shut up and she's just really stuck up and mean. Master Chief is the hero of the entire franchise, and the first thing she says to him is, "I thought you'd be taller." I wanted to punch her square in her mouth for her silly, stupid mouth. I can't stand her. Alright, let's continue here. What is this? Is this the Arbiter? The Arbiter kind of starts off as a jerk, but you kind of see from his point of view that he was just blindly following orders. But I do like the fact that the Arbiter finally does realize the truth and joins Chief and stays by his side the whole time. Easily A tier. I like the character development that he goes through. Admiral Hood is just depressing. He's kind of like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. I don't think he ever has anything useful to say. The most lines he gets is giving a funeral at the end of Halo 3. I don't even think we see him after that. He's also an F tier. He doesn't really bring anything to the table. He's just wallpaper paste. Miranda Keys would be in B tier, but she's just not that bright. She gets captured twice and killed the second time. She literally just has nothing to offer. She loses her ship like her father did, and I can't think of one time she made a clever tactical decision. She really is just plot exposition, and so I kind of can't hold that against her. I'll put her in the C tier. Let's see. What is this? Is this Cat? You guys automatically know why I'm putting Cat in F tier. If you played Halo Reach, I don't even need to explain that to you. George is S tier, easily. He's basically the giant with a heart of gold. I mean, the first thing we see him do is show compassionate to that, Polish girl that just lost her father at the beginning of Halo Reach. No, it's Hungarian, not Polish. But this is the first time we ever see a compassion out of a Spartan, and that's just awesome. What is this, Carter? He's also wallpaper paste and plot exposition. He never really has anything useful to say. Actually, I take that back. When Noble 6 brought George's dog tags, he said, "Make him proud." That puts him in B tier. I kind of like him a little bit. "I'm ready! How about you?" S tier. Anyway, I don't even need to talk about that. June, also S tier. Really, Halo Reach's gameplay was lacking, but the characters were very well fleshed out. I felt as though Halo Reach had a very strong cast. You can see that my main S tier characters are from Reach. He knows what the ladies like. It's kind of hard to argue with it when it comes to Johnson. Okay, so Andrew Del Rio unfortunately falls into the same trap that Miranda Keys does, and that's that he really serves no other purpose but plot exposition. Think about it. Cortana and Master Chief having to explain to him how dangerous the composer is, that's just an excuse for the audience to see how bad it is. And to be brutally honest with you, it's not like, well, you know what? He did abandon Master Chief, D tier. Uh, if I were judging him solely on ODST, he would be S tier. But because he's also wallpaper paste in Halo 5, which makes him D tier, I have to average those out, and I'm going to say that he's B tier. He would have been S tier if Buck would have been S tier if I was just judging on ODST alone. Cortana's F tier. She never shuts up. She is very annoying, and she becomes a villain for absolutely no reason. I don't like that they brought her back just for fan service. And the new Cortana is trash. I'm in fact happy that she gets deleted, because it's about damn time, because she's really annoying. Katherine Halsey, on the other hand, also goes in F tier. because she's basically the Dr. Fauci of the Halo universe. Nuff said. Now, Didact, you're going to have to help me understand Didact. If the Flood are able to assimilate all organic matter, what's the harm in just trying to compose the Flood and then destroying the composer afterward? He seemed to be making a string of irrational decisions. He's almost like the Forerunner version of Del Rio, just sort of an asshole for the sake of being an asshole. Now, what is this Guilty Spark? Guilty Spark is basically the robot Miranda Keys. He's just robotic exposition. But wait a minute, didn't he kill Johnson? Yeah, D tier, buddy. Nobody kills Johnson. Gravemind is easily S tier because he gives the Flood a voice. And the fact that they can think and have thousands of years of intelligence under their belt makes them even more of a threat. They're not just dumb zombies you can hide from or outrun. He makes them intelligent, and I think that makes him an awesome character. Plus, I love the poetry. Like that time he says, "Now the gate has been unlatched, headstones pushed aside, corpses shifted to offer room, a fate you must abide." He gets seriously the best lines. Easily S tier. Spartan Lock, yeah, he's basically just wallpaper paste, and he has nothing to say or do that is interesting. Captain Keys is basically just exposition like his daughter is. He's really just there to move the story along and give you somebody to rescue. The one thing I do hold against Captain Keys is the fact that he went into the basement at night with very little backup. Has this man ever seen a horror movie? That's the easiest way to get eaten by the zombie or the ghoul or whatever is hiding under there. The reason why I think he's a better captain than Del Rio is because he's not a micromanager. He actually seems to care about his soldiers. In fact, if you read the book Halo the Flood, you find out that he's very friendly with the Master Chief and he's very respectful of the Spartans. So he doesn't just view his soldiers as pawns and tools. You see, Captain Keys is a leader. Andrew Del Rio is a boss. Big difference. The Librarian is awesome. A tier. I like the fact that she shows compassion on humanity. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't agree with the 343 retcon of making the Forerunners and humans a separate species, but for what it's worth, she makes it work. What is this? Jewel Madama? F tier. I don't like the new iteration of elites in 343. They seem and look more like brutes. And I just think it takes away. Roland is how an AI is supposed to be written. Snarky, but doesn't run his mouth the entire time like this trash down here. Roland is an awesome AI. Let's see. What do we have here? Tartarus. Tartarus is basically the Arbiter if the Arbiter never learned and kept on believing the Covenant until his dying breath. But at the same time, if you read the backstory, Tartarus and the Brutes basically were kind of subjects under the elites, and Tartarus was just waiting for his chance to have equal rights to the elites. I kind of can't blame him for that, so I'd give him B tier. Plus, he's pretty interesting. He's the one boss battle in Halo 3 that's actually fun to fight. The Heretic leader is a drag to fight because of those immortal clones if the game glitches out, and those stupid infinitely respawning elites when you fight Regret. Tartarus was the only fun boss in that entire game. Alright, what do we have here? The Warden Eternal is just a Bionicle gone evil. He really doesn't bring anything interesting to the story. I thought this guy was the Didact at first. I thought, oh, the Didact got composed and came back. Nope. It's just some generic Power Ranger villain. Alright, what do we have here? Captain Lasky. You have to watch Halo 4 Until Dawn, the mini-movie, to understand why I put Lasky at S tier. You get to see his character progress from more pacifistic to a commanding leader. And the fact that he said something in Halo 4 that I thought was awesome. He said, "I am not going to let that man down." He said that of Master Chief. This man knows loyalty and has a terrific character. All of these guys up here, of course, this is an evil zombie and that's a computer. All of these guys up here, if they were real, I would totally want to be friends with them. Let's see. Master Chief is B tier. He would have been S tier, but Halo 4 made him too talkative. That takes him down a couple of tiers. Now, what the heck is this? I'm not even quite sure what that is. Maybe somebody can tell me what the hell this is supposed to be. I think I'm going to leave that out because that looks like a city with people in it as opposed to an actual. I'm not even sure what this is. Wait a minute. Hold on. You know what? I think I know what that is now. That's Noble 6. Noble 6, because I think he's in the Saber pilot program right here. Noble 6 is easily S tier. You saw the way that he went down fighting. Yeah, most of Halo Reach is up in the S tier, to be honest with you. Alright, the Prophet of Truth, great villain, A tier. He basically literally tore his entire empire apart and caught a disease right before getting stabbed in the back. Literally, he goes from having all of the power at the end of Halo 2 to by the end of Halo 3, everything that could go wrong for him does go wrong. The elites beat the brutes. He chose the brutes over the elites, and the elites ended up winning. He chose to flee to the Ark, and that's exactly where the Flood went. He chose to wait at the Citadel, and that's exactly where he got infected. And on top of that, he still got stabbed by the Arbiter before getting thrown in the trash. So I just think his story is very interesting. I like how conniving and manipulative he is. Like that time he says, Noble Mercy is here at my side, even though Mercy was already dead. And speaking of which, the Prophet of Mercy, again, he's sort of just bland wallpaper exposition. In fact, I'm going to right now put all of the Halo 5 Spartans that are on Locke's team in that same category. I have no idea who this is. I don't recognize from the helmet. So let's see. We've got, what is this, the Builder or the Founder? Yeah, I think this is the Founder. Founder is, we don't really know much about him, but I like the logic that he presents when he's arguing with the Librarian and the Didact over how to contain the flood threat. He's kind of like a lawyer, but futuristic. B tier. I like his outfit. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Is this the Prophet of Mercy? Wait, that was Truth. That was Mercy. This is Regret. Uh, Regret, I'm going to give him, no, he's F tier because his boss fight was awful. So let's see. I know that this is Blue Team, but I'm not quite sure who is who. I think this is, no, this is, why are there two Master Chiefs? No, wait. Isn't, no, is this, you know what? Either way, these are the same. I'm putting all of Blue Team in B tier. Blue Team is amazing, but their characters aren't that well fleshed out. And since I have no idea who this is, I'm putting